Hi there guys, and welcome to this short update where I'm going to recheck the Helm Komodo on the Timegrapher, and as you can see on the watch it is just coming up to 9:48 right there. And we're going to see, so looking at this clock here now, bear in mind this is GMT, so we need +1. So it's actually 9:47, just coming up to 9:48. So we'll see where at. We're about 25 seconds fast, I think. There we go. Just over 25 seconds fast, which is pretty much in keeping with the results that we were getting after a week's wear. So that's seven full days wear, regular wear, just morning and night, without manually winding, just allowing the motion to wind it. And we are just over 25 seconds fast in a week, which is not bad going and pretty much in keeping with the results that we were getting. What I'm going to do is pop this back on the Timegrapher and we'll have a look at the results and see if that has settled down any. Over here right now I've got the watch, which I'm just going to pop onto the Timegrapher microphone. As you can see there, I'm going to test this dial up, pendant right and pendant down first, and I will also test it dial down and pendant up as well, just for the sake of completeness. And down here we have the most important tool on the workbench, which is of course a coffee. So I'm going to switch on the Timegrapher after I've scooted the camera over to the screen so we can see what's going on. Here we go. Hopefully the contrast is going to be okay on this. I've actually dialed it down, as you can tell, but hopefully you'll be able to see that screen clearly. So there's certainly a difference there. We've got, I'm still not 100% happy with the beat error around 1 millisecond, because I know that could be better. I know I could tune that better. But that would actually, of course, mean opening the watch unnecessarily, and it's okay, it's acceptable. We're currently at +10, +9 seconds dial up, and amplitude about 260, so that's okay. I'm happy enough with that. So we'll have a look at pendant right. This is one of the problems when you've got a heavy watch, or a heavy bracelet rather. And we have a marked difference there with +2, +3 seconds. Beat error about 1.2 milliseconds, so the beat error is about where it was, which I would have been surprised if there was any change in that, because the beat error is the beat error. It's the position of the impulse pin. And a definite improvement in this. This is obviously settled down. So we're going to go for pendant down. And we're looking at about +3, +4. So again, a distinct improvement there. A definite difference. So again, I'm quite pleased with that. So as you can see, this does demonstrate that a movement will actually settle down over a period of time of initially being worn after a service or when it's new. So do bear that in mind. So we've got +2, +3 and +4 there, so that's settled down nicely. For the sake of completeness, I'm going to do a dial down and a pendant up. Dial down, I'm expecting a similar rate to dial up, which was around +10, I believe. Okay, which it is about +10. And interestingly, we've got a higher amplitude dial down. That's interesting. 282 dial down. But yes, about the same kind of reading, +10, and dial up. Sorry, pendant up. And I am expecting that to even out at about the sort of +3 sort of reading that we were getting with the others. Although that's a little bit higher actually, dial up. Dial up is not a common position, of course. It's not one of the more common ones, but a little bit higher at +8. But overall, you can see that this has settled considerably. And there you go, it's kind of levelling out now, +4. So it has levelled considerably and evened itself out with just a week of wear. And obviously this, as mentioned before, when you get a new movement or a freshly serviced movement, it's always a good idea to check and then double check after a week or two of wear. So all in all, I'm even more impressed than I was in the initial review. And I think we can call that good. There we go, guys. That's the 1 week update on the Helm Komodo 300 meter dive watch from the micro brand Helm, based in North Carolina, USA. Check out the website for the 3 models that they currently have. I am hoping that they're going to create and release some new models. I really like this watch. This one is going to be getting a lot of wear. I am really liking this one a lot. You'll notice if you watch the other video, I did mention about the communication being great, which it absolutely was and continues to be so, as there's been a couple of emails since that last video. And I mentioned the Kickstarter one that I was following, which the communication of which hadn't been so great, not so regular, but as it happens, I got an update just yesterday by email saying that that was on track, and the units are all the components have arrived for the units to be assembled, and they should be ready to be starting shipping at the start of July and completed by the end of July. So I'm looking forward to that one. So watch this space for another review when that one arrives. But in the meantime, the Helm Komodo, absolutely delighted with it. You can see it's settled down nicely after a week of wear. I will be giving this one a bit more wear before I swap it out for something else. And I do have quite a few watches that I tend to swap them around a bit, but this one is great. I love the it's a good size for my skinny wrist. I don't mind wearing chunky watches, as mentioned, but it's kind of nice to see a really nice diver that's that is more suited to skinnier wrists anyway, but it's also very chunky, very hefty, and it's a really nice weighty feel on the wrist as well. So I really do like this one. But that's the update. I hope this has been useful for you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.